Your wonderful film. That's a little hot.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes from just getting feedback from people like peers, professors, being able to show what you have, but also just having time to yourself to kind of ideate, sketch, and just make ideas, bounce things off of people. And actually for my short, like the ending actually changed because of the feedback that I got that the story really wasn't coming across as well. So I ended up reanimating the last shot so that it was more clear. So it really just came from feedback from talking with others and just kind of helping me get a new perspective.
I should walk. Of course, we're going in the same line as Playbill, so that was Margaret. Patrick, Black.
Hi. So it was a highly personal project. So I wrote the poem because the restaurant Samoa in San Francisco was closed at the end of January this year. And I was really mourning for this one particular dish, and I just wrote the poem. I wasn't actually expecting anybody to see it. I wrote it in the form of a beat poem because beat poets used to frequent that place in the 50s. So when I was making it, I was imagining myself reading that poem in front of an audience. I'm like, it's never gonna show it to anybody. But I'm going to add in the audience, call and response to it, just to make it sound like I'm reading it to an audience, and I can't believe I'm standing right here in front of an audience. So I actually didn't get any feedback. It's a very highly personal project.
Your name and film connect.
Yeah.
So, hi, I'm Rohit. I directed Pataka. And so basically we're saying like what changed, right? Because of the problem. Yeah, so the whole movie was shot in Los Angeles, and it was not in India. And all my actors had grown up here. They've never lived in India, so they didn't know the language. So I think a week and a half before we shot, we realized that we cannot shoot with anybody who's not permitted to work in Los Angeles. So these kids had to learn the language that they don't speak. And that was one. And the second thing was, and we went ahead with kids because those kids I thought were like the best actors that I've ever directed. So we chose to go with kids who are good actors and not the kids who know the language. And the second thing was, it was a very windy location. So there was a risk. So all the set that you saw was put up. All the structures that you saw were put up. They don't exist. And we had to change a lot of shots because there was a risk that those structures may fly away. And so there were a lot of shots that changed because of that. But I had a great team and we kept improvising, and hopefully we were able to sell you on the authenticity, I hope.
I think my name is Ronan and my film was The School of Trout. I think the biggest thing that changed was going into making it, I didn't realize just how open the students would be to have me in their classrooms for so long. I didn't realize how natural they would be. And so going in, I kind of assumed that I would have to make the film more about Kestrel, their teacher, and a little bit more about the science and more about the education side of things. But I think just as I was in their classrooms for half a year, their just natural joy of learning came out, and the film kind of shifted to be more about that.
Hi, my name is Zach. I did Helium, and with that one, it didn't change that much, but we made it for a contest in the Paramount Hotel in Dubai, and we only had 24 hours to do it. But I would say when we were filming it, we kept trying to make it funnier and just, make the most out of every scene. So like when the waitress was trying to help him get the bread out of his throat, she had the idea to hit him with a shoe. That was all her idea. It was like improvised. So I would say that was probably my favorite change we had in the film.
Hey, I'm Margot. My film was Springback. The biggest thing that changed throughout the process was probably just how open the guys were going to be, giving us their story and talking about their life and what they're going through. So it was always a surprise to see what they were up to and learn more about them.
Hi, my name is Colton, and I created Page to Page. This was actually made for an assignment, and we had 6 weeks to do it, just because then it would be the end of the semester, and the professor would have to give a grade. So I had this idea for a short, and I wanted it to be unique, and then I knew I wanted it to be about like inspiration, and then I came up with a very generic idea of somebody wanting to become an astronaut, and the professor was like, "That's good, but it's already been done." And I was like, "Great, now what do? I need to actually like start making this." So then she changed it to through working, and over the next week I realized with the scope I had and what I wanted to do, it was really more about changing it from astronaut to a writer, wanting to become a writer, and connecting to those stories. And so basically everything changed within the first week, but I think it was a matter of just trying to figure out, okay, how practically can I make this work? And I think it was better. And I talked to my friend later on, and he was like, it's so much better because very few people become astronauts, but anybody can become a writer. So.
Hi, my name is Boris, Glendale, Paradise. Well, I had a pretty strong idea how I wanted to shoot this when we were writing the script together, John and I knew this is the way it's going to be. And at one point we decided, hey, let's shoot this in an LED studio, and all green screen and LED backgrounds. And I said, okay, great. So my idea how I wanted to shoot this completely changed, and then I thought I had an idea when we went into the studio, and then it was free falling from there on. Because it was so different. It is at one point very liberating because you can play around with backgrounds, and you give huge televisions, and you get modern looking apartments, but it also has some limitations, and it was constantly like, I'm free, oh no, I'm limited, and it was, but I'm pretty happy the way it turned out. I think so, yes.
Hello, my name is Cole. I made Bill's shoes. And there were a lot of changes and unexpected things. The one thing I really didn't expect is how open Linda was about Bill and her relationship and her love towards him. And the main problem I ran into was I really wanted that short 5-second animation at the very end of the movie of Bill winking in space. And I really wanted to submit my film into the San Francisco International Film Festival. So I had 24 hours left, and I had no animation left. And I started animating, thinking, okay, this is going to take 2 or 3 hours. And I realized I have no idea how to animate at all. So there I am, time's ticking, losing it. And then I realized I know someone who's very good at art, and my sister. So I have to go to her room, and I have to beg her to make me a 5-second animation. Anyway, she stayed up all night making it. She did it, and I submitted it to the San Francisco Film Festival, and a month later I was rejected. But I ended up here, so it all worked out.
All right, we're opening up to the audience now, and let's start with Margaret. Does anyone have a question or a comment from Margaret's film, Fabric of Life? Or just raise your hand. Anybody? Right here. Oh, right in front.
I did like how you put the sparkles onto, so that was really cool. Yeah, I liked it very much.
All right. I'm sorry, Christy. Elegy for Last Straw for yourself. Anyone? A comment? A question?
Was there really a pair of shoes?
Are you asking Cole? Cole, okay. We'll just jump around. So, question for Cole. Cole, was there really a pair of shoes?
Yes, I feel like the best way to answer the question is by pointing to the shoes. I'm wearing them today. I always thought that if I ever was up for an award, which is going to be rough today, the competition, that I would want to wear the shoes and honor Bill. And, every step I take has a little bit of Bill with me. So, that's what I thought. Yeah.
This is still for any of the film of other finalists. A question for any of the finalists. Raise your hand. Anybody have a question? Okay, can you just shout it out?
Glendale Paradise, AI good, AI bad.
Can you hear that? Glendale Paradise, AI good, AI bad.
Do we know yet? Well, we it's so fascinating. I haven't seen Gun in Paradise for a year now. So we wrote this in 2022. We finished it in 2023. And last year we started our festival run, and I have not had a chance to go to a festival. So it's the first time for me being in a festival with the film, which is great. And now seeing it, and I say, oh my God, how much has changed in just these 2 years? And especially with AI. I mean, I remember that 2 years ago, AI, and we all, okay, it's going to be bad or good, who knows? I really don't know. I think it's going to be a gift and a curse, and it's how we are going to handle it. I think that's the short answer, I guess.
Okay, let me do it from here. Question for any of the other Tony.
Who spent the most and who spent the least in making the film?
The most money?
Yes.
Okay. How big was your let's go approximate. Let's go down here. How big was your budget, Margaret?
About $20, something like that. I go to this thrift shop, and eventually I was buying like baby clothes because that's like I only needed a little bit of fabric to get into the baby clothes. And then I'm there giving them my student discount and like looking like a very tragic situation. No, I'm just an art student. So yeah, I tried to keep it on the minimal. In terms of time, I don't know, it's many hours.
All right, Christy, budget.
I think I'm gonna win the cheapest one because it's $0. It's my time.
Well, we spent $50,000 because it was a thesis. It's cheaper to go to India and shoot it.
Gas money and food for the crew.
Yeah. That was School of Trout.
I feel like we're on The Price is Right now. Everyone volunteered to work for free, so it's like, I think if you add it up, maybe like $1,000. And that includes like festival submissions and stuff like that. We fed everyone, paid for their gas. Not much money spent. The helium tank costs like $20.
And our short film competition has 0 submission fee.
Yes.
Definitely not a lot of money. Definitely like some lunches for the crew that worked on it, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you include tuition for the school, then $7,000 or something, and plus like, I bought some clay and a lot of time. Time is money, so it was a lot of time.
It was also around $50,000. That's how much we spent. A little bit above.
Somewhere around the $10 to $20 mark. I saved a lot of money not having to pay my sister for animating, or even for that matter. So, yeah, that was some good budget cuts right there.
That's great. If Bobby Roth had been able to be here for the last film, Our Ukrainian Sky, I suspect that kind of production it probably would have been the most costly film to make.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Thanks for the question. Okay, we're going to just let you know. Let's take one more question. I'm going to go up here, but to let you know, we're going to conclude with you release your ballots, drop them in the box, We are going to have an informal greet the filmmaker right outside. They'll each be standing next to a poster of their film. Feel free, when you exit the theater, to hang around and engage all the filmmakers right away. So it looks like we have 2 hands up. Let's do 2 more. Those right here. Somebody had the hand up right here, okay?
Thank you. This is for Pataka. Yes, I thought it was a great script and well done. I couldn't read all the subtitles because I have bad vision, but I understood the story, and I thought that was the best part. I could figure out their acting was wonderful, and I really liked the script. Thank you.
All right, and I'm going to erase one. Can you just shout out your comment or your question? Okay, you can repeat the question.
For sure, she was asking about scaling Springback to the nation, or maybe even just all of the state. But they're definitely trying to do that. It started in a county in Nashville, Tennessee, Davidson County, and it just expanded to Williamson County. And that really went great, and they're looking to expand to all of Middle Tennessee, just to see how it's going. But I mean, it's just a lot of time and effort to even give a nonprofit a chance. So it's really just looking to people who can help the community to expand and see where it goes. But there is Springback in Nashville, and there's one in Colorado, so I don't think any of y'all live over there, but I see a nice mattress sale right outside the door. Maybe look into recycling your mattresses if anyone's buying. But yeah, definitely looking for it.
All right. We're going to wrap it up here, and invite you to exit the theater, drop your ballot box, and greet the filmmakers from the outside. One more huge round of applause for all of them.